There's the GIGART Coach Tactic Board. We really don't use these in our program, but I thought that I would just take a look at it anyways, because it is a pretty neat concept. Basically, as you draw on it, whatever you draw can be erased in just one click of a button. I can tell you this right now, I don't like erasing all the stuff on a coach's board, all right? But this one seems pretty cool. It has batteries right here that are like clock batteries, but there's no on-off switch. And basically all it's doing is just, I don't know, filling up some kind of like radiation in here? No, it's not radiation. They say that specifically there's no radiation. And if I were to read through it, basically this says that the pros to this are that it helps with poor recognition at nighttime. Other boards are easy to deform and crack. I guess refilling other strategy boards is not so smooth that you might get your fingers smudged. Other things include that this basketball coach board can be reused more than 120,000 times as opposed to using paper, but I don't know who still uses paper. It's good for the environment, I suppose. Other things, it's not easy to break, I can tell you that. It seems like pretty flexible. It feels like just like plasticky. It doesn't seem like if you dropped it, it would just crack into two. I do know that there's coaches out there that do throw their clipboards down and they just go cracking everywhere. This could probably withstand a small drop. One click easy erase button, I do like that. And then there's a screen lock. I know when it comes in the package, there's a whole bunch of like just green stuff everywhere. And they say, don't worry about that, just click the button. So I think that there's some kind of material in here that upon shipping, it kind of shakes. Furthermore, it uses no blue light, no radiation, has no glare, and a smooth screen. Has no glare. There's a small light right there. I can see the light, so there is kind of a glare, but maybe under basketball lights in a basketball gym, it might be better. I don't know if that was ever an issue. It does look nice. I like the black board. I do like this non-pen pen that will just like touch the screen and it acts like that. But there's one key component that I do not like. As you're drawing, let's say that you draw an entire play, and you want to adjust the play to tell this person that after this guy goes through or something like that, and you've drawn other things like this out there. After you do that, you can't just erase one spot. There's no eraser on this, it just adds more to it. You only have the option of deleting the entire thing. All right, so that's the only thing that you can do, and that's the one hiccup in this thing. Now, as for our program and the fact that we don't use these, I love these growing up. We actually give them to our players because I think that they're fun to draw on, and to conceptualize basketball at a deeper way is a very, very entertaining thing to me. It makes you a smarter basketball player, your IQ goes up, etc. We don't use these in games because the best players don't need these. All right, now hear me out. The best players can conceptualize this court as the coach is speaking to them. So with that said, we want all of our players to one day become that player. But kids learn in many different ways. Kids learn by seeing, kids learn by doing, kids learn by hearing, right? And kids learn by teaching, however, right? So when you're a teacher, if I was trying to teach them this play, if the entire goal was to teach them a play, I should use this so that I can speak to the learners that learn by sight, to the learners that learn by hearing, and to the learners that learn by doing. Heck, during the game, we can have them go out there and like run through the play. Then everyone learns it from their point of view. However, basketball games aren't like that. You're not allowed to get the motion learners up there to understand it because you can't, during your timeout, take the kids on the court and move them around. So for that kid who learns by motion, he has to learn his stuff during practice. He can't learn it during the game. So it sucks for him. He loses. And as for the kid that needs the vision, sometimes you're just yelling out a play. Or sometimes you're just saying to do this. Sometimes they have to do it on their own. And for the kids that need the visual, they lag. So the kids that can just hear things or visualize things within their head, they do way better in basketball. And so if they're 9th through 12th graders doing really well, and they're the ones that get chosen to play more often than anyone else, I'm going to train our players to become that type of player, to become that type of learner. And when you have this, the visual people, they stay right here. and they say, thank you for helping me, I will never move beyond it. So I like to say, I'm helping out a blind person. Imagine if being blind was a curable thing. Would you choose to cure it, even if you could only help that much throughout 12 years? I think the answer is yes. So this is a very curable thing. You can create players who are able to visualize plays, but it takes a while, and you don't do that by basically handicapping them. So I have my thoughts on this. However, if you don't have those same thoughts, I would recommend this only for the aesthetic value. It's kind of neat. I think giving it to a kid to play with so that he understands basketball to a deeper level, it works. As for a coach during a game, the fact that you can't erase part of it is big. I think that that's too big to just let go. However, erasing everything all the time is so annoying. I might give this one a chance. So I would like to try it in games and see how many times that, if I could just get used to not erasing. But overall, we don't use these. The old school ones where you just have the marker might be better. This looks like it might never waste, so that's better than a marker does, especially when the markers start wasting. So this thing has a lot of pros, probably too many pros to not at least try out. This pen, it can go right there, so that's kind of cool. I like to put it back in its original case that it came in. It doesn't have any kind of holding pad or anything like that, but I mean, just to touch it, it doesn't really mess up, but I'm afraid of it getting scratched. All right, so those are the pros and cons to it and everything else about it. I'm not sure if we're ever going to use these or not, but it does look nice. It is a cool toy. All right, I'm not sure if this can help you, but as many cons as this may have, the old school marker one has just as many. So if you use these, I would say give this a try. As long as it's within your budget, might as well. And if you're wondering about how many stars that I give it, I mean, I might as well show you how many stars that I'll give it. Let me see. I'm gonna give it, let's go with this, like this. I'm gonna give it 3 stars, all right? So this thing gets 3 stars for me, 3 stars out of 5. All right, it's not a terribly amazing product, but it's not that bad either, all right? So if you're looking for something, try it out. The GIGART tactical board, just to try it, just to see if it works. If it does work, let me know in the comment section. If you like it for any other reasons, put that in the comment section, let me know what you think. Anyways, see you later, man.